I keep getting comments that keep saying, how exactly do you play Sword Art Online Alicization Rising Steel? And although I don't find myself to be like the most reliable person to like ask tips for, I guess like how to play this is something I can do. I don't have the scripted, so I don't know if I'll go in order properly, but I'll do my best to try and help you to how to learn this game, especially if you're new. And we're just gonna go through all the basics. Isn't that gonna be fun? One thing that you're probably wondering about, like if you're doing each of these scouts, you're probably wondering which banner to pull on. Now each banner it depends on really what you want to pull on, and what mindset I like to have is like what units or like what element I want to focus on, which each SEO Rising Steel video I always give my thoughts of what I feel about each banner, so you can always check those out if you want to see like, hey, should you pull on this banner, should you pull on this banner, because obviously if I did it on this video it'd be way too long. In this game you have characters, and if I go to my character here, you also got weapons. Now should you rather focus on characters or weapons? Again, very situational. If you get a certain character, you should try to get an R4 weapon for them, mostly so you can just deal damage and try and get some high scores or beat bosses easier. Also, I'm doing this fast because I don't want this to be long. Some notable things, even though it doesn't show here, there are different elements in this game. If I click on element, you can see we have dark elements, we have holy elements, we have water elements, we have wind elements, we have earth elements, fire elements, non-elements, and yeah, that's all of them. Now, which elements go against each other? I like to think of it like Pokemon. So when you think of Pokemon, you know, fire goes against grass, so fire goes against green elements. Wind can go against earth, so you know it's like Pokemon again. So the green element, wind element goes against earth. Earth goes against water. For dark and holy, they both go against each other. So dark is super effective against holy, and holy is super effective against dark. And non-elements they're just neutral against everything, but they also don't have anything super effective on them or against them. Now there are different abilities in this game, so I'm just going to use one of these characters. For example, you have some characters that'll have an H, which indicates healing. You'll have characters with an A, which stands for assault, and then you have some characters that have an E, which is enhance. And if we go to this character, you could see that this character has a C, which stands for charging, which is one of the important things of this game. But this new unit, she has a B, which stands for break, which is also important. All right, so I'm going through the ranking event. Now on the bottom right, you could see a thing called Incarnate. Now once you get that to 100%, it'll start glowing like it is right now, which is purple. Now what exactly does that do? Well, if I were to simply click it, you'll do something that's called your Incarnate Skill, which is basically your special skill. So we'll just let her do that first. So if they use her Incarnate Skill, of course it's her special, they'll deal a buttload of damage. So that is something you want to try and bring up if you want to like kill things faster. Now again, we have a assault skill, which is basically, if you think of a regular game, it's basically like your first special, the first skill you learn in the game. It's one of those strong skills. So, and then we have B, which stands for break, but I can't really showcase break now because the enemies incarnate on the top left isn't filled. Now, like I said, there are different enhances, which with this enhance, which only some characters have, which there aren't a lot. This one is enhanced charge, which basically brings up a charge of a unit. So I guess let's compare. So Administrator doesn't have this on right now. I'm gonna give this to Tisei, who also has a charge, so we'll do that now. Okay, now charge brings up your incarnate, which if you remember, you have to bring that to 100% if you want to use it. So let's compare these two, which Tisei has the charge yell right now. So if we use Administrator here, it only went up a little bit. It was like what, 30 something percent? Now it went up to 50%. Now you could just do the math with a calculator and see how much that actually brought it up. So that's how much she can do. But if we use Tisei, who has that little enhance yell thing, her incarnate is just blasted off. It's into space. She has a full incarnate, which means now on the next turn we'll be able to incarnate again. So that's why having like those specific characters with that enhance are pretty important to have, which is like what people really like scout for. They want to see if they could do that, because you typically, with each event, you always bring a character that can do that. Now, as you saw, the boss has brought up his incarnate. Now, in order to bring that down, you have to use a character with a break, which in this case, we have this Adis here, which I've already put her in enhanced mode. So you could do the math here. You could see it went down to 88% compared to originally 162. Now, if you want to actually bring that down a lot, now this is a different type of enhance, which only some characters also have as well. So yeah, you have to keep reading which one has which. But with this Adis here, her enhance is a break yell, which basically, like charge, it brings up like your break value, how much break you'll have. So if we give that to the other Tisei. Now, if you remember, it went up to 88% if we use the break normally. But if we do break now, look at that. We're putting it down a buttload. It's great. That's why you want to have that focused on. And fantastic. And the boss didn't bring down our Incarnate, so, you know, we could just do a good old Incarnate skill right here. Good old Incarnate. See, you're just dealing up a buttload of damage. And then you have some characters that have an enhance where they bring up your attack. They could bring up your crit. There's like a buttload of different strategies. You just have to read the tiny text of what each individual character can do. Now, during your Incarnate, there are a couple things you can do, which you could use Assault, which it's going to deal a lot of damage. If you use Charge, it will not bring up your Incarnate. And I'll show you. We'll use Charge, and you'll expect it to go up a little bit, but it's not. So we'll do that. And let's say typically you would rather use this enhance before you do Incarnate, just because if another character does a magic hit, and since this is bring up your magic attack, you already know it's gonna deal a lot of damage. Now you can also heal while in your Incarnate, but again, this heal isn't strong. You won't deal as much damage, but you will heal your allies depending on if it heals everyone or only one character. But you can also do the enhance, which also brings up the charge yell, which is the one that we use to break the enemy's Incarnate. It's a good strategy if the enemy still has Incarnate to use this break yell now, and then use the other Atis, which I'm not going to do it now because the Incarnate's down, but it would be a good idea if you use that Atis to use her enhance on this Atis and then put on a break so you can bring down the enemy's Incarnate. Like I mentioned, it's always different strategies of how you play this game. I can't just tell you to like do something specifically. It's honestly up to you how you want to play this game. As you play the game, you'll learn the game more instead of like just day one, you'll learn immediately, because it took me until like this 1 year of playing this game to learn how to play. Okay, a couple more things in this battle. So on the bottom left, you can see there is attack and you have stay. Now there are some strategies with what you can use with stay, even though it does cost 5 MP. For example, let's say I put a charge gel on that administrator right there. So we're gonna use that now. Okay, there are people in the way. You can't do this if there's like 3 other people ahead. This only works if there's 2 other people ahead. So for the time being, I'm just gonna do a little heal here. Now, oh no, let's say you wanted to go to that administrator. So with stay, you do waste 5 MP on this character, but they do go back, as you could see. And of course, you can keep doing this as long as you have MP. Now, it's just a little lucky. Sometimes this happens, but sometimes you would have to spam your stay. But there could be a strategy where you keep pressing your stay button and you basically kind of, I don't know if it's like intended for the game or not, or maybe it's a bug, but you can have the other person go at the very end of the 3rd character, which in that case, it was that administrator. And now we just basically got her up to where she is now, where we can actually use her, compared to like if we only had like only Shada and this Atis like just going back and forth with their stay. And also there's a thing called rotation, where basically you can bring up to 6 characters and you can always just switch out one of them. And like I said, it just depends on your strategy of how you want to play this game. If you want to do that, you can just watch my other videos when I do my ranking runs of how I would use the rotation or not. I really hope I got everything for the battle side, so I'm gonna finish this and we'll talk more about the other stuff. Now let's say you did a scout and you did a weapon or something, and you're wondering, well, how do you get your weapons? Now typically if your inbox is full, they would usually be jumbled up in your gift box, but for the most case, it'll just be sent right towards your enhanced limit. So of course you just want to level it up. If you're wondering how to get the weapons, it's just luck. It's a gacha game. You got to get lucky to get either the weapons and the character, but they're both different banners. It's not the same banners, so yeah, good luck. But basically, if let's say you wanted to like level this up, or maybe you want to max limit break it, because I gotta limit break that anyway, you need duplicates if you want to limit break. Now the same goes for either weapons or characters. You need the same of multiple weapons if you want to basically limit break it. You can see the little 3 stars on top. So you wanted to enhance it, you need a thing called Shaya, which is your money, and you also need these things up here, the little ingots. Now really the best way to get them, if we go to the event site and then you go to the evolution site, now these are only unlocked because it's Sunday when I'm making this video. Typically in the weekend these would all be unlocked, but these 2 in the bottom, the Shaya Hunt and the Smithy's Grindstone collection, that's usually always unlocked every day. and the evolution is usually on every day. But you can see there's a thing called 5 turns left today, so you can only do that 5 times for one day. Also, part of your dailies, it's always do one of the evolutions. So I always do that for my dailies. That's how I get a lot of the evolution stuff. But yeah, that's how you get the most of your Shaya and the most of like the Smithy grindstone thing. When you do your event, you have a thing next to the hammer on the top, which is basically like the little shop where you could basically get like a lot of your things after you've done an event. For example, what I just did was the ranking event, so I got a couple more of those items required. You can see for like this part of the event, I don't have enough of like a fish, but to get that fish, you just have to do her specific event. So this is called Ada's War of Underworld. I go to my event. As long as I do this event, then I'll get more of that, and that just goes for every single event. They always correspond with each other. Now there's a lot more to talk about than I thought. Down here you have a thing called Imaginariums. Now basically Imaginariums are, how do you explain it? It's kind of like skill slots slightly in a way. So let's say I went to this Tisei, and well, I mean, first, if you want to unlock all these, honestly, I just did my dailies every single day. I never really missed a day, so that's how I always have a lot of these things. For the Imaginariums, you can see I have a buttload for Tisei, but you know, if I click on her, you can see there's also a buttload of all these others. Now you can see the fist, which basically stands for more strength. You see the swan, which basically stands for more of your magic attack. Then you can see that little shoe thing that looks like a wing, which basically brings up your speed. And then we have the regular Tisei. Now to get the ones that have the picture of Tisei, you have to get duplicates of that character. So if I had a duplicate Tisei, it would not only give me the evolution crystals to limit break a character, but it would also give me Imaginarium with her face in the middle of it, as you can see. But to get the fist, the wand, and the shoe thing, you can either get those through events if you do like certain specific missions, and in the shop sometimes, yeah, this War of Underworld had some. You can also get it through the shop here. How to limit break a character. Oh man, that's gonna be fun. So let's say I wanted to, I don't know, limit break this Tisei here. You can see in the bottom left it says limit break. So if I click on that, you need these things here. Now for this one, again, like the Imaginariums, you can either get that through doing certain missions on events. Sometimes it'll also be in the shop like I showed for the Imaginarium stuff. But for these two here, it's a different case. Now, you could still get this sometimes through your either mission, sometimes get those through the shop. It's like how I showed like the Imaginarium, the fist thing. But to get this specific Tisei, which these are pretty much more helpful because with every Tisei unit, you can use this. You can also tell because there's a picture of Tisei right in the middle. You have to do specific missions on events. I would show it, but I can't look at like old ones. But yeah, basically these specific missions, which if you don't know how to get here, it's the little scribble note thing in between the shop and the little gift box. But you can also get this red one if you get like duplicate fire elements on your character scouts. I believe if a character was a 2-star, you get 1, a 3-star, you get 2, but if it's a 4-star, if it's a duplicate, I believe it gives you 100. So you can imagine you just need a bunch of duplicates to easily limit break character. But you can also use this for everyone, which is on missions. I really hope I got everything. I'm not sure. Like I said, I didn't have this scripted or anything. I just kind of winged it. But if there's other things you're confused about, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll do a part 2 if I didn't get everything. But besides that, you could just watch my regular videos of Rising Steel, how I do certain events, how I beat events, or like how I got my scouts and duplicate characters and Imaginariums. That should be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. And I also have a Discord at the bottom of the description. You can click on that link and you got also ask for help over there. We got some people in the Rising Steel channel and you can ask for help for others. There are some pretty insane people on that Discord, way more than I thought. Also in the top right of this video should be my SEO Rising Steel playlist of how I first started this game to how I got to where I am now. I never made a new account. This is still the same account as day one. Thank you for watching. My name is Kaz. Hopefully you all have a fantastic day, and hopefully I helped you out in some way. But I'll see you guys all again in the very next video. Bye.